At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too. Because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Well, happy Friday morning to you. The weekend is almost here. We're taking a look at a time lapse from yesterday evening, and just like the last several days, we saw those afternoon puffy cumulus clouds develop in the higher elevations, and you can see that kind of over Mount Shasta looking up to the north here, and a beautiful sunset, of course, as we've seen over the last few evenings. So very nice from our Divine Sky camera. Very excited to have that camera up here. And of course, we've got more cameras on the way, so be on the lookout for that. Taking a look at a live look now at our Divine Sky cam, looking up to the north. A couple of high clouds have certainly moved their way in. This is a precursor of things to come, because we do have some changes in store for us. And today is that transition day. Not as warm as it was yesterday. It's still going to be warm, don't get me wrong, but it won't be as warm as yesterday. Temperatures are starting to slowly drop, and we will even see a chance for a few showers and thunderstorms for parts of Northern California today. We'll get into that in the deeper dive a little bit later, but let's take a look at our Krueger's Quickcast. In fact, we'll be talking about that chance for thunderstorms today in our Quickcast. So let's get you to it. It's a cold start to the day, 32 degrees for Alturas, at least in the mountains, right? Not as cold for the valley. Generally in the mid to upper 50s there, low 50s for the coast. Hey, good morning to you, Curtis. Good morning, Lisa. Good checking in this morning. Always nice to see some familiar faces this morning. Heading out the door this morning. Hey, that Friday, we're getting ready to kind of kick things off here. And yeah, I mean, you're going to be looking at 40s and 50s for the higher elevations. Yeah, and then we take a look at the satellite image here. I mean, look at that. We do have that, see that area of low pressure and that brown line, which kind of dissipated because it is weak. But that's the disturbance that's approaching, and that's what's going to really help to spark up that chance for isolated showers and thunderstorms later on this afternoon and evening. In fact, let's take a look at Futurecast. Of course, we got the overcast skies and some of that marine layer along the coast. A bit of a stratus deck, if you will. It's keeping things fairly gray there through the day, really. And still dry for everybody else midday. But by the afternoon, look what's happening. You see those thunderstorms and showers popping up? Now, that line, I think, is mainly, and the energy is mainly going to be focused western Siskiyou, eastern Trinity, and just west of the valley. Now, if any of those storms get strong enough and survive that trip down the mountains, especially near the valley, then we could see a stray sprinkle later this evening for parts of the valley. But don't count on much, if anything. I mean, that's essentially what we've got here this evening. So there's 5 o'clock. Again, some of those showers are trying to work their way. So west of I-5, yeah, you could see a stray sprinkle or light shower. And then still some activity in western Siskiyou County at 5 o'clock this evening. And then by later on tonight, that's all gone. And then Saturday, Sunday, we'll be talking about more rain. But not for everybody. We'll get into that a little bit later. That's reserved for the deeper dive forecast. Take a look at the winds out there for today. Yeah, they'll be coming in from the south at about 10, 15 miles per hour for the valley. A little breezy, but not to be concerned about. There is a bit of a gusty condition or gusty winds just off the coast. So temperatures mid-80s for today in the valley. You can see the best chance for thunderstorms in Trinity County. But again, keep in mind, western Trinity County most likely dry, and that's also the case for the north coast with temperatures there upper 50s to low 60s. Now for tonight with the added cloud cover, that's going to keep those temperatures fairly mild, staying in the 40s. There will be no 30s in the forecast. Pretty nice. And in fact, struggling or getting close to staying in the 60s, right? For the valley, you're talking upper 50s for those overnight lows into early tomorrow morning. Okay, so let's take a look at that 7-day outlook. So I'm keeping the word PM in there for places like Redding and Red Bluff. Because again, west of I-5, there may be a stray sprinkle or light shower. So I'm just putting that in there. I don't want you to be caught off guard should it happen, but don't count on much, if anything. Saturday dry, Sunday, Monday. Those are the 2 days that really across the board for all of Northern California, there will be widespread chances for showers and thunderstorms. Some more than others, but everyone will certainly get caught up in some of that action. Now for the coast, Friday, Saturday, as well as the inland areas, dry. Sunday, Monday, best chance for showers, best chance for thunderstorms. Trinity County, today, you've got that chance for showers, thunderstorms. Dry on Saturday. Then, yeah, like I was saying, across the board, Sunday, Monday are the 2 days that everyone will get caught up in that action. Now, as early as Saturday, Modoc County in particular will see a chance for showers and thunderstorms. But everyone else, for the most part, staying dry. Again, it's that Sunday, Monday time frame that we're going to be on the lookout. All right, so let's take a look at some of the cameras out there. This is our Divine Sky Cam. You can see some of the high clouds out there this morning. You see a bird kind of hanging out in the Sacramento River this morning. And of course, a beautiful shot looking out at Mount Shasta. Here's a look at Lake Oroville. Oh, we were just looking at the lake. Now the camera moved, but you can see the mainly clear skies that we do have in the Oroville area. Main Street, Chico. Can't see the skies, but you can see the traffic. Looking good. Looking good at Highway 99 at Neal Road as well. You've got mainly clear skies there this morning. Traffic is flowing along just nicely. Crescent City, Harbor District. Well, we are seeing the overcast skies. That's the low clouds, marine layer, stratus deck, whatever you want to call it. That's what's kind of hanging out in the area. There was some drizzle out there, I believe, this morning. Bald Hill West, not much in the way of fog, but you do have those low clouds kind of hovering around. That marine layer is kind of filtering on into many of those inland valleys and mountains as well. But taking a look at Soda Ridge, you've got those just those high, thin cirrus clouds that are kind of hanging out as the sun comes up. Looking out at Scott Valley, yeah, I mean, we are seeing those clouds out there this morning as well. And looking at Lassen Volcanic National Park, some high clouds filtering through as well. And you start to see, all right, now we're starting to see the concrete below the bench. That snow is melting more and more. All right, that's a look at your Krueger's Quickcast and the latest, what's going on there. Let's, before we get to that deeper dive, do need to mention our sponsor, and that is Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy friendly service, a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. A lot of great events going on at Wind River. Of course, Mother's Day is coming up here very shortly, not this weekend, but the weekend after, and they've got a Mother's Day brunch. Be sure to reserve and get your tickets early, folks. This will probably sell out pretty quickly. They've got 3 times that you can reserve your seating, 9 a.m., 11:30 a.m., and 2 p.m. This will, of course, be at the Events Center, so be sure to check that out. Should be a lot of fun. And another one after that, which will be in June 19th, as a matter of fact, the 12th Annual Bacon and Brew Fest. A lot of cool things going on. I love what Wind River has, a lot of great entertainment to offer the North State. Absolutely wonderful. Once again, thanks to Wind River for their support. All right, we've got that cooling trend. It starts today. Slight chance for a few showers and thunderstorms today as well. We saw where that was in Krueger's Quickcast. We'll take another look at that in the deep dive. But cooler and unsettled this weekend. But it may hold off until the second half of the weekend before everybody at least gets a chance and a shot at some of that rain. And that may linger on into early next week as well. So let's get into that deeper dive forecast. We're going to start off with kind of the big picture. What's going on out there and what's going to cause the weather that we see today and over the weekend. It's this right here. You see that bit of a spin, that counterclockwise spin? This is the disturbance that's going to be pushing through. That's what's going to help to spark up some of the showers and thunderstorms that we do see for parts of the North State today. And then this low pressure and this energy here will eventually just kind of stall out and then dive down to the south. That is what's going to cool our temperatures down this weekend. That's also what's going to bring us the chance for more showers and the potential for more thunderstorms as well. There it is, right here. That's today. You see that area of low pressure? It's diving to the south. Now, what we're going to be looking at here is what we just call a broad area of low pressure. I mean, this is kind of this big area of low pressure. But here's what I want to point out, because when we're looking at Futurecast, you're going to notice that it's just the flow around the area of low pressure where we're going to see the bulk of any rain. So what happens is we got the center of the low right about here. If we shift this a little bit more to the south, what happens with this rain? it dives down to the south as well. So that would bring more rain to the south. If we shift it a little bit more to the northeast, what happens? Yeah, it brings and pushes that rain to the north and east. So the positioning of this low is going to be key to the forecast. And it's one of those things where it could change. The positioning, the timing, all of this could change. So that's why it's important that you keep it right here to Weather NorCal. Of course, Chase Wilson will be in over the weekend to keep you updated with the latest when the new forecast model data comes out. But we'll try to do the best we can here this morning and, of course, through the day today to kind of keep you updated with what's going on so you can make plans over the weekend. So overall, broad brushing, Sunday is really going to kind of be a bit of a day that everyone's going to see a chance for showers, as well as Monday. Then by Tuesday, that area of low pressure is here. Flow around that area of low pressure still may bring a chance for a few showers to the south and east. But as this moves more and more to the east, our chances for rain diminish more and more. High pressure settles in, it warms back up for the middle and latter part of next week. So let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center. This really hasn't changed much since yesterday. I've got the icons here. This right here is a general line where I think we've got the best chances for storm development and shower development. West of that, I'd say Western Trinity County, Del Norte and Humboldt counties, erase all of this. Erase all of that because I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think you're going to see showers or thunderstorms. Central, even into the valley, erase all of that. I don't think we're going to see any showers and thunderstorms there. It's going to be mainly confined within this area right here that I think we'll see the best chance for showers and thunderstorms. Now, could we see some stray activity developing here? Sure, but it probably won't be very intense, and I think most of it will be to the west of the valley. All right, so let's take a look at Futurecast. Let's take a look at today and, of course, go through the weekend and even into early next week. So there's the marine layer along the coast. We saw that, some of the images with the overcast skies there, and overcast skies kind of filtering into many of the mountain valleys and mountain areas in general and inland. Now, by midday, we're starting to see the clouds begin to develop, and you see the clouds really kind of developing along this line. Now, see this line right here? Watch closely. See that? There's that line. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Western Siskiyou, Eastern Trinity, and just west of the valley. Now, what I'm going to say about the chances for showers in the valley is this. Don't count on much, if anything. Bottom line there, okay? But I don't want you to be caught off guard if you're out and about this evening and you're like, oh, look at that, a little stray sprinkle, a light shower. If you watched Weather NorCal, you'd be like, I was expecting that. But if you're out and about and it doesn't happen, right? Well, that's why I'm saying don't count on much, if anything. Bottom line is this. Depends on how strong these develop. If these develop into pretty strong thunderstorms, there's a very good chance they could partially survive the trip down the mountains. Because remember, I talked about the trip down the mountains. What does that mean? Well, you need rising air for thunderstorms, okay? So as soon as that air starts to sink, what happens? The thunderstorms start to break apart and diminish. So as they move down the mountains, we start to see that air sink. So what happens is, if they're strong enough, sometimes they survive just enough that we could see a stray shower or a light sprinkle make their way. And so I would say just west of I-5, don't be surprised you run into a stray sprinkle or a light shower. That's it, okay? But really the bulk of any thunderstorm activity will be to the west. Now again, we're not really seeing anything popping up to the east here, but we can't rule out a stray pop-up shower there either. So there's 5 o'clock this evening. See that? If they survive, you're talking about west of I-5 in the valley, a chance for some very light showers and still some activity off to the west. Then by the time the sun sets, we lose a lot of that energy and we're drying things out. Now take a look at Saturday. If you've been looking at other forecasts outside of Weather NorCal, you've probably been seeing a lot of rainfall for Saturday and Sunday. Partially true, although Saturday not necessarily the case. Look at Saturday. Remember us talking about the positioning of that area of low pressure? That right there is the key. You shift that low pressure more to the south and west, this moves more to the south and west. So, I think that most of any activity tomorrow will be in Modoc County. So if you're going to be in Alturas, Cedarville, Ayden, yeah, maybe a stray shower. Maybe, we're going to be looking at isolated showers and thunderstorms through the day on Saturday. Now, again, positioning is key here, but we may see some activity in parts of eastern, northeastern Lassen County, but the farther south you go, the slimmer the chances, and I think everyone else Everyone else will probably be dry through the day on Saturday. Now we go into Sunday. Sunday morning, nothing going on. Sunday midday, we start to see some of that activity begin to develop. Now here's what I think is going to happen. Let's take it through Sunday afternoon. You see how it's beginning to spread more into the region, but most of the activity looks to be focused north and east of the valley. But I still think we can see some showers, maybe some thunderstorms in the valley for Sunday afternoon. But notice, as you head to the south, the chances for showers diminish. But I do think all across the board on Sunday, everyone could see that potential for some showers and thunderstorms. But we could see some heavy rainfall in some spots, including the potential for some strong to maybe even severe thunderstorms, especially to the north, northeast of the valley, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. But again, you'll notice we're seeing less and less activity. Once again, why? Because again, it's the flow around that area of low pressure. By Sunday, the area of low pressure shifts to the south and east, so that allows this energy to shift to the south and west. Then we go into Sunday. Look at the flow. See the flow now? All right, we go into Monday morning. Now it's doing more like this. So what's going to happen is we're seeing the flow do this on Monday. Watch what happens as we go into Monday. You see all that energy? It comes right down into all of Northern California. Isolated, scattered showers, possible thunderstorms through the day on Monday. Then look what happens. Then by the time we go into Tuesday, that all shifts down to the south and east. Now don't pay too much attention to these numbers. I don't want you to do that. I just want you to focus that this, I think, is where we're going to see some of the heaviest rainfall up to the north. But I do think everyone else will see, most likely, some measurable rainfall, just some a lot more than others. Snow, this is fun. It's just kind of fun to show you. If you look closely, a little bit of pink right there on top of Mount Shasta. So yeah, we may see a nice dusting of fresh snow on the mountain itself, and we may even see some snow on Lassen Volcanic National Park at the highest elevations and on the mountain itself. So we got that roller coaster ride. Temperatures kind of going up and down. So temperatures have been going up, they're starting to go down, and they'll drop even more over the weekend. I think the peak of the cooling trend will be Monday, where the valley may struggle to get out of the 60s. Yeah, the 60s for those daytime highs. As that moves off to the east, warmer air moves in, temperatures go right back up. In fact, well into the 80s, even some low 90s are a very good possibility near the end of next week. That moves out. We'll call it cooler, but not necessarily a big drop in the temperatures, but we may see a slight dip in the temperatures near the end of next week. But take a look at that 10-day trend. There it is. That's what I was talking about. Temperatures getting much cooler by Monday, but really creeping right back up very quickly through next week. Lake levels, they're still going up, and that is always a good sign. And with the added rainfall, that should hopefully help. We're still well above that historical average. The wave heights have been fairly high the last 24 hours. They'll still be high today and even tomorrow. And as a result, there still is a small craft advisory today and probably even through the day on Saturday, with those winds from the north at 10 to 20 knots. Waves from the northwest at 6 feet at 8 seconds, and from the northwest at 4 feet at 13 seconds. Here's your neighborhood forecast, sponsored by Dignity Health and Grange Co-op. Here it is, temperatures, low 80s, a little bit cooler off to the west. All right, so let's kind of walk you through everything with your neighborhood forecast. Showers, thunderstorms possibly, Trinity Center, Weaverville, Douglas City, Lewiston. West of that, most likely, although I'd say maybe Hayfork may get caught up in that as well. West of Hayfork, most likely dry today. Dry Saturday, and then more showers, thunderstorms Sunday, Monday. For the North Coast, dry today, dry tomorrow, Sunday, Monday. Now again, the theme here is Sunday and Monday, because I think everyone will see that chance Sunday, Monday. It's days surrounding that is a little different. So Friday, Saturday, right? We don't see any rainfall for the inland areas or for the coast. For Siskiyou County, Happy Camp, Fort Jones, Etna, yeah, chance for showers, thunderstorms. East of that, you're dry. Dry across the board on, well, at least for Mount Shasta and Siskiyou County on Saturday. Sunday, Monday, there it is. There's that theme I was talking about, right? Showers, thunderstorms Sunday, Monday, and then dry again for Tuesday. Modoc County, you're dry today, but Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3 days, you got that chance for showers and thunderstorms. And the thing is, that may even linger on into Tuesday as well. We'll see. Eastern Mountains, you're dry today. You're dry most of tomorrow. Places like Susanville, Janesville, Doyle, maybe even Portola may see A stray shower or thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon, but I think it's mainly dry tomorrow afternoon. And then Sunday, Monday. Again, that theme. Everyone has that chance Sunday, Monday, including the valley, as you can see right here for Oroville. But drying out for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. Your 7-day forecast for Chico. Those temperatures are dropping, struggling to get out of the 60s on Monday, and then temperatures are warming right back up for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Mid-80s for the valley today. So yeah, just we're going to shave off a few degrees from what we saw yesterday. So no big changes. It's still going to be warm. PM, what does that mean? Well, that chance for a stray sprinkle, maybe a light shower later this evening with those thunderstorms developing west of the valley. Otherwise dry. And then dry for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, chance for showers, maybe even some thunderstorms developing Sunday afternoon into Monday as well. So it's going to be an interesting weekend to say the least because, you know, again, one of the things that I've been stressing is the positioning of that area of low pressure that's going to be producing this rain and producing this cooler and more unsettled air. So we've really got to watch that closely if you've got outdoor plans. And that's the beauty of what we do here at Weather NorCal. We do 3 updates a day. Chase Wilson will be covering you over the weekend to keep you updated on that as well. And of course, I'll continue to give you updates here throughout the day to keep you informed with, especially this weekend and going into early next week. A couple of other people that checked in before I'd gone into to main weather here. So we got Curtis Brown checking in saying 7 miles west of Red Bluff, 3.12 for April. Looking good. Looking good. It's good to see that we're certainly seeing some good rainfall. Thank you for those totals, Curtis. Taking a look at Hannah Willis saying happy Friday. Hope everyone enjoys the weekend. I certainly appreciate that. That's always nice to see that. Not only me, but wishing all of you a happy Friday. And I hope you all do have a happy Friday and a good one. Once again, remember, there are many different ways that you can watch Weather NorCal. Here's what I always tell people. You can watch me everywhere with the exception of the TV airwaves. I'm not on regular TV, but I am on a streaming 24-hour streaming channel, which is available on Roku. So you can watch me on your regular TV. As long as your TV is connected to the internet and it's a smart TV, you can watch on YouTube. Just search for Weather NorCal in the YouTube app. You can watch the 24-hour streaming channel. What I also like about the YouTube app is you can also on demand watch the latest video forecast. So you can just watch the forecast and you're good to go. So for those of you that have said you miss me on TV, you don't have to. You can still watch me on your TV. But you can also watch me on Facebook. I upload the updates there as well. You can watch on weathernorcal.com. The 24-hour channel's there. You can also watch the latest video update as well, on demand. Also from the free Weather NorCal app on your phone. You can watch the 24-hour channel there or watch on demand the latest video forecast on your tablet, on your iPad, on your Android tablet. You can watch from the app there. So a lot of great resources, and to keep you up to date, if you have outdoor plans over the weekend, make sure you've got that app to keep you informed of any impending weather heading our way. And we're always here to keep you informed with what's going on with the weather. So thank you all so much for watching. That's going to do it for us today. It's Friday. I'm getting ready for the weekend. How about you? Any big plans? I'm going on a little trip. I'll probably share some of those photos from that trip. But stay tuned. Of course, I'll be sharing that on social media. In the meantime, have yourselves a great Friday and an even better weekend. Have a good one, folks.